that authoritative parenting is kind of the optimal kind of parenting, and it promotes that secure attachment and emotion regulation. But of course, there's some contextual modification. So what the research shows is authoritative parenting is the most optimal mode of parenting, but when you're working in inner cities and with urban youth or lower socioeconomic status, that these parents need to have a higher level of structure than other parents. So they still need the warmth, they still need that support for autonomy, but they might need more structure, supervision, and monitoring in order to keep their kids safe if they're in a less safe environment. And of course, the authoritative parenting style is in contrast to both the authoritarian and permissive styles. So authoritarian styles, if you remember back to your kind of Psych 101 classes, is authoritarian parents are high on structure but low on warmth. And they could go either way on autonomy. Sometimes they demand too much autonomy, sometimes they demand too little autonomy, that they're too controlling of the situation, access their parents as a source of support. So all of these things combined kind of set kid up for risk for depression and suicide. Now, if you're a cognitive behavioral therapist, your place of intervention might be over, the emotional dysregulation and giving some skills and looking at the thoughts one has about themselves. But because we're doing ABFT, our place of intervention first is in the attachment ruptures and that parent-child relationship. So for us, the grounding for ABFT is that we believe parents are the medicine for kids, and that if kids are able to go to their parents when they're upset, when they're stressed out, that they're going to be able to better navigate all of the other things contributing to the depression, that the kids can't face these issues alone, that they need parental support to navigate all of these issues. And so our first line of helping this kid is to repair that relationship, to get that relationship better, so that then that parent can support this kid in dealing with the bullying and developing better emotional regulation skills and managing conflict. Any questions about? When working with children and adolescents, we believe it's really important to not just do the safety plan individually with the kid, but rather to generate it with the parents present. There's a few reasons for this. First, parents might learn something about sitting with that discussion about the warning signs of the adolescent. They can learn new warning signs they hadn't been aware of before, that a suicidal crisis is coming, and that enhances their ability to step in and help their kid when they see those warning signs. A parent might also be able to provide helpful input on coping mechanisms, both internal and external, that this kid isn't mentioning. Additionally, parents are essential in making sure that the environment is safe, right? So we can't trust that an adolescent is going to remove their means for suicidality, the razors, the pills, keeping guns safe. That parents really need to step up and step in and make sure that the environment is a safe one. If a kid is identified, just doing all of task 2 and then moving to task 3. You need to be doing tasks 2 and 3 at the same time because they inform one another. So tasks 2 and 3 happen simultaneously. So that means either meeting with each person for an hour each week or alternating weeks. So you meet with the kid 1 week for an hour and the parent the next week for an hour. Ideally, you can meet with both for an hour in a week. I don't recommend splitting sessions because really doing anything meaningful and deep in 30 minutes is hard. But you need to be meeting with the parents at the same time, especially if you're working with a shutdown kid, because your conversations with the parents are going to help you to start hypothesizing about potential ruptures. So if you have a really shut down kid, as a therapist, you have to be hypothesizing ruptures you think might be relevant for this kid. So you'll take the information that you got from task 1, how you saw them interact. You'll take information you saw from what the parents were saying, from what they're saying in task 3 with you, and you're going to have to hypothesize. And you might have to do a lot of the talking and get the kid to engage. You have to get